call him now,
Jr., yeah.
was trying to tell the new George Bush not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rumsfeld and Wolfowitz and all his cronies were fighting on the other side saying, yeah, go in. I mean, it's called War Behind Closed Doors. You've got to listen to it, man.
I'll check it out.
Take it easy.
Thanks, Pally.
No problem.
When in doubt, now that frontline thing.
What are you watching? Weary residents were calling on the U.S. to either take control or go home.
No, that was a little piece from that frontline thing the other night from PBS that I played with very minimal response as usual, because these people are busy watching ball games. Ball games. By the way, I watched the Leaf game last night. Should have won the game. They outshot the Caps by a big margin. They played a hell of a lot better than they did on Saturday. Of course, anything would have been better, but wound up with a 2-2 tie, like kissing their sister. They're like Ty Domi kissing his ugly sister. 26 past noon at 5:60. Now, so what do you think? It's just they're going to get off the two snappers so they can go do it again?
No, they're not going to get off.
I think they need to be executed right on live TV. I'd pay to see that. Pay-per-view.
$100.
Pay-per-view. We could probably eliminate this gigantic deficit that the Bush administration has built up. Even as gigantic as it is, all these billions and trillions, we could probably pay it off in one good weekend if they just kept replaying that and sure did pay-per-view. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
I'm buying mine right now. In fact, the $335 that we're going to get for abandoned pet rescue from somebody in there, huh? Don't you think? You got the checks yet?
Yeah, let me check.
What? 26 past noon at 560 WQM. If you, like Scott Jr. there, working practically for free, if you're putting in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, and the end result is basically squat, call our friends at Fast Train and change your life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, because it's true. They really can have you trained and certified before this year ends in a real computer career, and you can start making some serious cash and change your life and have a life. The demand for computer professionals is gigantic, so why not do it now? Get you a new high-paying career in the computer field instead of just hanging out in the field. Fast Train offers job placement assistance. How about Toady Fields? Convenient day, evening, and weekend schedules, and with 4 South Florida locations, it just makes sense. There's bound to be a Fast Train near where you live. Fast Train offers you financial assistance for people who qualify, too, so what are you waiting for? Kiss that dead-end job goodbye. Say, give the old salute, the Italian salute to that boss, and get yourself a real job and a big fat paycheck and a life. Call Fast Train today, toll-free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. It'll really get you on the inside track when you mention Todd Dreck. Check them on the web at fasttrain.com and then call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's time to get it on.
Welcome back to the Mo Howard David Show, where we're chock full of zany but good, clean family fun. You know that pipe-smoking jizz guzzler thinks rape is funny? Is that funny? Planes crashing into buildings is funny too, huh? What? Since when is gang rape funny? Especially when it's me getting my tea bag grabbed. What a jackass.
Hey, how about them hurricanes?
No, don't go tap dancing when I talk. This is important. They don't know comedy. I'll show them comedy. Today I brought my collection of Lum and Abner tapes.
Who?
Lum and Abner, you moron. They even named the restaurant after Lum. You clueless schmuck. We'll get back to that later. Right now, it's time for our transcendent mid-show snack. Bring the morning mayor his food.
Ooh.
Here they are. My favorite place to dine, Zygote's Boca. Dig in, everybody.
What is it, shrimp?
Looks like a donut. No, it's the veined embryos from Planned Parenthood in the hood. What? It's good. Try it with the cocktail sauce. Hey, Beast, go play that Alice Cooper record.
Dead baby can take care of itself.
There's a little atmosphere for you to help it go down the gullet. Hey, baby, I really dig that Alice Cooper. See? I'm with it, and I'm hip. I'm a hipster. If these punks only knew what was good. Here, I got some sense in here to cleanse your palate.
Thanks, Mo.
All right. Well, we got the Meathead Mad Dog coming up at 1, followed by that Fat Joe right after the Queen to Spick. What's that?
It's a plane! It's a plane!
Where?
It's headed right for your ass, Mo! Bend over quick!
12:33 at 560 WQM. So Mo took it up the shoot.
Bang.
Oh, you know what I forgot to say today?
Full is a girl school. Oh!
I forgot to mention that. Let me mention it again.
I'm pulling the gyro still. Oh!
Here's a good fax from Jimmy, who says, can't believe you didn't put Charles Grodin on the list. I thought he was supposed to be an actor and curmudgeon and talk show host. I didn't realize he was supposed to be a comedian.
Me either.
Is he?
Don't know. I never see no stand-up or anything like that.
Says he's not funny. I hate him too, Jimmy, you're right, but I don't think he's supposed to be a comedian. Because you're right, he sure ain't funny. He's obnoxious. He makes a lot of our lists, but I don't think this one. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. 2 Rutgers University students critically injured in an off-campus brawl that involved members of a Rutgers fraternity, a social club, and some members of the school's wrestling team. The fight broke out around 3:30 Sunday morning, an off-campus party following an argument, officials said. 7 people were charged from 30 to, how many?
About 30, man.
So 35 people were on each side of the street fight with some swinging poles or wooden sticks, said Mark Stramford, 21, a Rutgers senior and witness, John P. Morin and Robert Morgan. Both 20 received serious head injuries when they were struck with a baseball bat, authorities said. Morin was listed in critical condition yesterday at Robert Wood Johnson University in New Brunswick. Spokesman John Patella said the hospital released no information about Morgan at the request of his family. How do you like that?
I don't.
The attack happened outside a house where the social club was having a party, and both injured students allegedly belonged to SQUAM, a social club not recognized by the school. SQUAM. Also involved some members of the Sigma Pi fraternity. Semper Pi. Semper Pi. Or as Jimmy signed his fax, Jonathan Rodriguez, 23, who allegedly wielded the bat, no kin to Pudge or George, was a... Oh, speaking of Pudge, I don't want to pick on, because Pudge Rodriguez had a great year for the Marlins, all this other crap. He's a great player, always has been. But I can't stand him. I can't stand his deal and Sammy Sosa, probably the 2 best players on the field, at least offensive players on the series. But I just can't stand it. Again, he hit the home run the other day, and again, the same thing, and he's crossing and pointing to the sky. Oh, it's so old and so stale already, okay? Okay, your mama, get out of it. I just can't stand it. And Scott's going to say, oh, how could you be knocking Pudge Rodriguez? He's having a great series. Well, screw him. Great player, but I just can't deal with that phony baloney crap in the sky. Like in Magnolia, there was too much crap in the sky. 5670560. Good thing those frogs didn't come from Montreal, by the way.
Oh.
Here's a lady in Miami Gardens. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good.
Sound like it. Okay, I haven't called for a while, but you're talking about the priests and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't going to call, but I was in Detroit for a while about 6
I'm so
weeks.
sorry.
You're right. It's changed so much. But that's where I grew up. But anyway, nobody said anything about the families, these good Catholic families that have people that are pedophiles.
Yeah.
And they molest children. Then they go to confession, give forgiveness, and go back out and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
It just irritates me when I think about it, because
It frosts my ass.
Garbage, right?
I think all the child molesters ought to be put in gigantic dumpsters and hauled off to Lake Michigan.
How do they do it in her church?
I think so, too. One more quick thing.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
live near you, and usually the van doesn't come out that way. If we called up an order, could we pick it up at the front desk?
No.
No?
We can't do that.
No.
Okay, if I order online, what do they charge for postage? I don't know.
We don't know.
I think it's all part of the $20, but go online and it'll say so.
Yeah,
It will say
just click on the thing. It'll tell you all the instructions.
Sure, because I think if you let people know in the air, like myself, a lot of them would just go ahead and order it online.
Please do.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And don't go back to Detroit.
Not for
See ya.
long.
No way. See you at Hazel Park. Where Jack Riggs is still calling the races at Hazel Park 100 years later. Can you believe that? As long as Jack Riggs is still calling the races at Hazel Park, I'll be okay. Ready for that?
No.
I'm just telling you. Here are the races from Philadelphia Park.
Oh,
Lebanon's
wow.
to a race 2, though.
I see.
Well, no, they're just showing the horses coming
Little
out of
music?
the paddock. They're just showing the Hossies coming out of the paddock with all that stuff on with the bridles and partridge and pear tree.
And the girdles?
They're wearing a girdle. Pretty damn embarrassing. What is this? Victoria Horn Okie. Is that somebody I'm supposed to know? I
never heard of her. Sounds like some old
Oh,
Okie.
not 2 in one day, and it's not even 1 o'clock yet. Look at this. Another death.
She died?
Victoria Horn Okie, an actress who appeared in dozens of films, including the Jimmy Stewart classic Harvey, died Friday. She was 91. The actress appeared in 46 films, including Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, Blue Skies, Daisy Kenyon, Forever Amber, and The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. In Harvey, she played Myrtle May Simmons, the niece of Stewart's Elwood P. Dowd character. You think that was kin to Maureen Dowd?
No.
How about Apple Pan Dowdy?
Who?
Okie was born November 1st, 1911 in New York City. She was 91. Oh, that's old enough. That's old enough, man, 91. She retired from show business in 1952 to spend time with her husband, comedy star Jack Okie. Oh, I heard of Jack Okie. Didn't you?
No.
Okie Finokie?
She died?
Heard of the Okie from Muskogee?
No, seriously, you heard of Jack Okie.
No.
He was his career spanning the 20s to the 60s included his Oscar-nominated lampoon of Benito Mussolini in Charlie Chaplin's 1940 film, The Great Dictator. After her husband's death in 78, Victoria Okie established a lecture series in his name at the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, and wrote 4 books about their life together. Among them was Jack Okie's Oak Ridge, about their estate. The honeymoon home of actors Robert Taylor and Barbara Stanwyck, that dyke. She's not a dyke.
Just looks that way.
She was just macho, that's all. Barbara Stanwyck.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she have a big valley?
That's what Linda Evans said.
20 till 1 at 560 WQAM. 5670-560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Sweetest day is this Saturday. Did you know that?
Nope. I do know.
This Saturday is Sweetest Day. Not Swedish, Sweetest.
What do you
and
do
believe
on
it or not, this is not a holiday you
day.
can blow off, okay? Don't blow it off. You need to make your lady feel loved. And I'm going to tell you, Adam, your spelling on a scale of 0, you owe so many points you'll never catch up. This year, to make your lady feel really loved and appreciated, it says make your lady feel loved and appreciated. Do something really different and surprise her with a Vermont teddy bear. She'll get a beautiful bear handmade in the mountains of Vermont, delivered in a colorful gift box with a personal card and chocolate. Just call our friendly bear counselor at Vermont Teddy Bear. Tell them that Adam's an idiot, by the way, when you call 1-800-829-BEAR. They'll help you choose from over 100 bears, like the Burning Love Bear, the Heartthrob Bear wearing silk boxers, or the Lover Boy Bear with a heart-shaped love tattoo on his arm. I hate tattoos, by the way. They even have a brand new officially licensed Play Bear Playmate. So instead of sending flowers again, send a Vermont Teddy Bear which you'll love forever. You won't believe the reaction that you'll get. You might even get lucky. Be romantic and send her bear to the orifice. She'll smile all year long. Overnight and Saturday delivery guaranteed, too. Don't forget, this Saturday is Sweetest Day, so call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. Be sure and tell them that Krusty Old Neil, underline the old part, told you to call 1-800-829-BEAR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Plummer, KABC News, with a one-on-one interview with gubernatorial hopeful Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me,
I
Mr.
apologize.
What do you apologize for? I'm not following you.
For everything, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. I'm sorry to the people of California.
For what? Those bad movies you make?
No. Although, if you don't like them, I'm sorry, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News.
Look,
I'm sorry for this.
You just touched my boobies.
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer. I'm sorry.
Well, don't do your demonstrations on me, Mr. Schwarzenegger. I am here for a serious interview with you.
I apologize. You're very whiny. Go ahead with your questions.
Well, you're very touchy-feely.
I apologize.
Excuse me, but did you just touch my ass?
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. That's why I want to apologize to the people of California.
And I believe you should.
I'm sorry.
I see you have a problem with women.
I don't have a problem with women. I like to touch them.
Excuse me, but we are not an object.
May I see your anteater?
My what?
Your anteater. May I see it?
I don't think I have an anteater.
You have an anteater. It's right here. That's your anteater.
I can't believe you just put your hand...
I'm sorry, I apologize. Oh, do it again. Yeah, good for you, Kimberly Plummer. You want me now, don't you?
You're a perv.
Let us have your anteater. Ow! I'm sorry. I apologize.
You are disgusting.
I want to be the governor. Here, pull my lever. Vote for me.
Ew. Why is it purple?
I eat grapes. I'm a grape eater. Pull my lever.
12:46. How do you like that little bloop there at the end, too? That's even better.
It's on a lot of those, I noticed.
That's okay. At least I got them.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, let's take a look at the poll here. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? And some people have sent us their list of the 80 least. Dennis Miller, 95. Nice going, folks. Dennis Miller blows. We can't stand him. He's a boorish asshole is what he is. A boorish, bush-looking asshole. Tom Arnold, 70. Rosie O'Donnell is tied with Carrot Top. Ever see them together?
Yeah.
Same person, 37. Whoopi Goldberg, 36. Martin Lawrence has got...
About 30, man.
Bob Saget. Rhymes with maggot, 29. Wanda Sykes, 16. That turd burger. Ben Stein, 15. Jerry Seinfeld, 12. And Jerry Lewis, 10. Howie Mandel's got 9. He ought to be doing better than that. He ought to be doing a lot more than just...
9.
Oh, boy. Howie freaking Mandel. Just like that fact said, he makes my skin crawl. What is supposed to be funny about him? Just because he's stupid?
A long time ago, he put a rubber glove on his head and blew it up with his nose.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, yeah, it killed him.
Gee, too bad it didn't work, though. Didn't finish the job. 5, 6, 7... Well, let's take a couple of calls because we got all those fat stories to talk about. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, good. Listen, I went under City TV because I was so interested on what they have up there. Everything's American.
What?
On City TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, how come, I mean, if it's Canada, why don't they have Canadian stuff?
On what?
On City TV.
Like what? Well, what are you talking about? The programming?
Yeah, City TV is Canadian. All they're showing is, The Bachelor and this and that.
Right, exactly, because they only had the CRTC only makes them show a certain percentage of Canadian programming, 40 or 50%, because Canada doesn't produce all those TV shows. You know that. In addition to which, if you're so enamored with all those shows, go watch them on American TV, asshole. 5, 6, it's just amazingly gratuitous shots. If you don't like Canada, don't come here, eh? We don't need you. We're doing just fine. If you don't like Toronto, don't ever darken our door. If you don't like hockey, don't go to a hockey game. If you don't like cheeseburger, don't eat cheeseburgers. If you don't like Vegas, don't go there and have a good time. It's very simple. It's like I'm in some kind of a contest. Like I'm trying to convert the world. Forget about it, okay? Especially now the Canadian dollar is worth almost 76 cents U.S. and it's starting to really frost my ass because it used to be a hell of a good bargain here last summer when it was only 62 putrid cent. And now it's 76 and the American dollar is like, and the euro is like $1.16. It was up to $1.18 the other day. What kind of crap is that? What kind of a communist bunch of crap is that? So in other words, when you go to Europe, you have to pay through your nose. Like Rush would say, you have to take it up the nose. So you're thinking that he was just chewing them, right?
I really don't know.
We don't know. I mean, why should we speculate? Because it's fun.
I'm sure he's too upstanding to resort to anything like that, so he probably was just eating them by the handful.
Oh, yeah, 30,000, man. How many?
About 30, man.
You got to be popping them, you're right, by the handful, like M&M's.
Right.
Right?
Bags of them.
He was eating M&M's. Okay, just calm down. Rush and M&M, I can see that, Quinnell. That's a good pairing. 5670560, pound 560. Now, did that check come in this hour? Positive. My psychic vibes are telling me. What?
Air check?
No, the bank check, bank draft, the cash, the green, the pink cabbage, something. 300, the cabbage. Where's our cabbage, okay?
Wanda's got it.
Yeah, Wanda's got the cabbage. 631,665. 335 would make my day. Get us right to 32 grand plus whatever's coming down the internet. Is Miguel hanging out today or what? Is he hanging out with Doreen?
Tuesday's his day off, I believe.
Oh, well. And what about Saturday and Sunday?
But he works those days. Typically.
Oh, that's right. With all the sports crap. I forgot about that.
Yes.
That's the problem, man. That's why we'll never, ever, ever get what we deserve on this station, although I will take the paychecks, thank you. But we'll never get the assistance,
support?
the assistance for the support. Oh, support. Forget about that.
For his volunteer work, we wouldn't have any.
Because we're not a sports show, and if Miguel wasn't a
mensch,
reasonably decent mensch, we wouldn't get anything. We wouldn't get squat. So remind me to tell Duff off tomorrow morning when he comes in for his oh, gee, my back's not too bad, and I'm feeling pretty good, and did you see me with a hat? Duff is so into himself, it's unbelievable. Which I guess somebody's got to be. Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe no one has brought up, or maybe they have, I just turned it on, Al Franken. To me, that guy has no... first he started on Saturday Night Live, he had one funny little bit.
Yeah.
But then he failed as a comic, and now he's trying to be a another Rush Limbaugh.
Well, I think he's hysterical, but to make you happy, he's trying to be another Rush Limbaugh? Is he doing all those drugs? I know he had a coke problem.
He's trying to get a radio show. He wants to start a liberal radio show.
Well, good. I hope he does. I hope it starts tomorrow. Al Franken, we'll put him on there to make you happy. There's another guy who's obviously in mourning. Mm-hmm. Some of the Rushies, they finally got up off the floor. Remember I told you this, and you didn't believe me those first few days after I read the first story from the Inquirer? And they were crumbling. It was like they were emotionally so distraught that they were like falling apart at the seams.
You bring up an issue, a point, though. Now that Rush isn't on, they'll all be over here bugging us because they don't have their boy to listen to.
Okay, that's fine. We certainly welcome them with open arms and legs. But, of course, the only question is, since they're good, most of them very good, holier than thou, better than us, believing Christians and honest and true and respectable, like Rush himself. Right. If they do happen to have those diaries, do you think they're going to put us down? No, they're part of the closet audience.
No, they'll keep writing Rush.
Even as well as the show has done over the years, can you imagine with the number? In fact, remember the poll I took the last one about which one was it? What was the name of it? About whose work they hate and they also think is an asshole. And I got a bunch of votes on there. So now you think that those people are going to put it down if they get a diary?
No.
Of course not.
They'll lie like Christians do.
Right, like good Christians, they'll lie to support the Rush or whoever else might, Romy, anybody else who might be on. Life. That's why you get all those diaries. Oh, well, males 18 to 34, they're all listening to Life. Right, my ass. They wouldn't know where to find, especially in South Florida, they wouldn't know where to find a Life with both hands. Oh, look at that. Look what I did. Well, you can't see it, but you'd be mighty impressed.
Hold it up.
See it? Oh, wow. But you can't hear it. One more time, Rush. That's enough. Speaking of him, report fat Americans are getting even fatter. Yeah, we just had two in a row, as a matter of fact. We had the Al Franken one, and then we had, was this the same guy? Same one. And the one before them. Same old tired crap. Oh, gee, poor Rush. Well, so take it out on us. We don't care. I'm getting paid a lot of money. George is, he's scraping by.
Yeah.
And Scott, he's still waiting. Well, I mean, it takes a while, okay? Respect and, compensation. These things don't come easy at Beasley.
Sugar apple panda.
That's right. You better start sucking a little ass around that place, okay? And I'll send you facts, tell you which asses you better stick your tongue on right away.
There's a map. I think I have the idea now.
You better get the road map, and Clarence better be the first one, okay? You better stick your tongue all the way up to his uvula, through the intestines.
Work for the beast.
From the behind.
Rectum.
Well, I don't think that it was the tongue. In the beast case.
Oh. Was that foible?
I just farted so bad that there were little children crying all the way in Buffalo right now. Supreme Court clears way for medical pot. Oh, this is the best news. Is there more to this story? Fax me the other page from the New York Post.
Coming right up.
Just in. How come we haven't seen this on CNN yet? Those bastards.
I don't know.
Too busy with Wolf Blitzkrieg doing his goose stepping. The Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court cleared the way today for state laws allowing ill patients to smoke marijuana if a doctor recommends it. How do you like that? We're talking about doctor recommended, not just some pill popper.
Wanda.
Huh? I beg your pardon?
Not just Wanda. Recommended.
Are you faxing me the other page?
Yes.
One of three, it said. Justices turned down the Bush administration's request to consider whether the federal government can punish doctors for recommending or perhaps just talking about the this is unbelievable.
I only got the 2 pages, though.
That's okay. Justices turned down the Bush administration's request to consider whether the federal government can punish doctors for recommending or perhaps just talking about the benefits of the drug to sick patients. An appeals court said the government can't. 9 states have laws legalizing marijuana for people with physician recommendations of prescriptions. Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. And, of course, conspicuously absent is Florida. And 35 states have passed legislation recognizing marijuana's medicinal value. But federal law bans the use of pot under any circumstances, why is which they keep going out there to California and busting all them people who are just obeying the state law. The case gave the court an opportunity to review its second medical marijuana case in 2 years. The last one involved cannabis clubs. This one presented a more difficult issue, pitting free speech rights of doctors against government power to keep physicians from encouraging illegal drug use. A ruling for the Bush administration would have made the state medical marijuana laws unusable. But the good news is, did it happen?
No.
No. So there you go. 1257 at 560 QAM.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Charles Bronson, you son of a bitch. Well, my wish was granted, but I'm sure gonna miss listening to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour. You son of a bitch.
I know that guys get lots of joy when every month they get their coffee Playboy. I put pins in my eyes so my vision was gone. What girls should keep their clothes on.
Yes. Walmart sucks. See, Dustin Hoffman, he misread the line. It was supposed to be Walmart sucks.
Right.
102 at 560 WQM. Happy Tuesday to you. We got the Mad Dog coming up at 2, Humper at 4. We got the ball game tonight, baby. Marlins at the Cubs. It's a must-win for the Marlins. And the Cubbies, well, for them. I'm not going to jump on a Cub bandwagon at this point just because I used to be a Cub fan. Once Harry was dead, that was the end of that. You know what?
Yep.
Who the hell needs the freaking Cubs and all their whining and carrying on, all that stuff?
Hey, Neil, fuck you.
Anyway, getting back to the Supreme Court clearing away for medical pot story.
Oh!
Some California doctors and patients in filings at the Supreme Court compared doctor information on pot to physicians' advice on red wine to reduce the risk of heart disease, vitamin C, acupuncture, or chicken soup. How do you like that?
Huh.
In fact, a lot of people thought that was like herbs. Well, it was an herb.
An herbal remedy.
On top of the chicken soup. The administration argued that public health, not the First Amendment free speech rights of doctors or patients, was at stake. Oh, Ted Olson, the Solicitor General, who's a real major asshole, even if his wife did get killed in that plane. He's a major, major right-wing asshole. A Nazi, I would say.
Yes.
Ted Olson said in court papers, the provision of medical advice, whether it be that the patient take aspirin or vitamin C, lose or gain weight, exercise or rest, smoke or refrain from smoking marijuana, is not pure speech. It's the conduct of the practice of medicine. As such, it's subject to reasonable regulation, he said. Well, I don't think so. In states with medical marijuana laws, doctors can give written or oral recommendations on marijuana to patients with cancer, HIV, and other serious illnesses. And if the doctor can't get it for you, Rush can. Even some supporters of laws have expected the Supreme Court to step into the case. They said the court's refusal to intervene, although it does not address the merits of the case, could encourage other states to consider passing medical marijuana laws. It finally definitively put to rest these federal threats against doctors and patients, said Graham Boyd, an ACLU attorney representing patients, doctors, and other groups in the case. Anyway, also the Supreme Court accepts Pledge of Allegiance case today. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed today to hear a case involving whether school children can be allowed to recite the Pledge of Allegiance voluntarily, putting a family's custody dispute at the forefront of a constitutional legal battle. I think if they say one nation under...
Oh, God.
I think that's okay. They're going to ask me? I hope they do. I'm waiting for the call. At issue is whether the Pledge of Allegiance should be banned from public schools for its use of the words under God. Constitutional scholars have debated for years whether the pledge serves as both a patriotic oath and a form of public prayer. Court arguments in this case will be heard next year with the ruling expected by June. Too bad we can't put the pieces of Madeleine O'Hare back together just long enough to handle this one now, all right?
I'll stitch her up.
Stitch that bitch.
We'll get Frankenstein,
bitch.
Doc Frank on the case.
The Roman Catholic Church. Oh, she was a panic, man. I had her on my show. How many times?
About 30, man.
30 times. She was something else. She was a real ball buster, man. She didn't take no crap from anybody until right at the end there. right near the ass end. Here's the way the poll is going so far. Which so-called comedian do you think is the least funny? A real piece of turd. Dennis Miller's got an even 100 votes. Oh! Nice going, Dennis. You suck. Tom Arnold, 71, Whoopi Goldberg, 40, Carrot Top, 38, Rosie O'Donnell, 38, Martin Lawrence and Bob Saget each have 31. And after the Saget, it's double digits. 18 for Wanda Sykes, 17 for Ben Stein, and on it goes. How many for Chris Rock? Just out of curiosity. Oh, Al Franken's got 3. That's the Rush crowd.
6 for Chris.
Chris Rock has got 6. Oh, my God. Jackie Mason's got 5. So let me tell you about Jackie Mason at the Eden Rock Hotel 100 years ago on Miami Beach. He was doing the same thing back then. You know, he's one of those people who's always, it was like my grandmother. They were always old. They were born
right.
old. You know what I mean?
Sure.
When he was 20, he was the same as he is now. Now he's about 100. Probably when he was...
About 30, man.
No difference. Speaking of difference, man, here's the big... I'll get to the fat story after we take a couple of calls, right? Try to drop a few of these in. Because I'm waiting for somebody I haven't heard from yet today. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, got 3 names for you.
Okay.
Pretty much you can take anybody that's had an HBO special in the last 5 years, put them at the top of that list. So Ellen DeGeneres, Sinbad, and Richard Lewis. Categorically unfunny.
Who is the second one?
Ellen DeGeneres, Sinbad.
Oh, Sinbad. I think he's on there.
Oh, all three of them just
And
Coleman
Richard
and
Lewis.
Duke.
You got it, man.
All right, later.
Thanks. Richard Lewis, let's get him on there, okay?
Yes.
Can we have more than one Lewis on the list?
Yes.
Okay, got Jerry Lewis, Richard Lewis. We got Robert Louis Stevenson. We got this Corn Churros special, ain't it, Lewis?
Yep.
I want to tell you right now, I'm going to make a list of movies, if you've never seen them, that you're just, you're not alive.
You got a deal for the mouth.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Deliverance or The Godfathers, all three parts, then you're just in network. Right?
Right.
And Cuckoo's Nest.
And Requiem.
I want to get back, and Requiem for a Dream. I want to get back to the movie thing after vacation. I'm going to do like months and months and months of movie stuff.
Excellent.
Oh, no, Neil. Yeah, I'm just movie intensive. But since we stopped talking about it, I haven't been watching any. I've got a whole bunch of DVDs in there, in my BVDs, and I haven't been watching them because it just, I don't know.
Well, see Fargo already, will you?
I don't have it.
Damn it.
I don't have it.
You got Snatch, though.
I have Snatch. And you're jealous. Report, fat Americans are getting even fatter. And just before I said that, I just, like, self-consciously reached down, because I'm sitting here in my underwear, and I reached down and, like, I pinched several inches.
Of what?
Oh, of big flab, man, of blubber.
Oh, that's right, you said several inches.
I don't have several inches, so it should have been obvious I wasn't talking about that. I pinched several inches, man, of big gut. And a report on CNN.com says fat Americans getting even fatter. Extreme obesity is ballooning in U.S. adults. And we keep talking about it. You know what it's like?
What?
It's just like that Geraldo show I keep telling you about, which I don't think you saw, the one with the 800-pound guy or 600 pounds.
Oh, they've all done that.
Yeah, but the whole family was enormous fat,
Sure.
and they kept bringing all this takeout. I guess they were too embarrassed to have it delivered because they didn't want anybody seeing the all the boxes, the empty boxes and chicken bones around the house. But they keep bringing all this tons and tons of food, like 5 and 6 pizzas and 400 chicken wings, and they'd all sit around there crying while they were eating.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Sure.
That's it. So we keep talking about it, and oh, what are we going to do? It was just fatter and fatter and fatter. Americans aren't just getting fatter, they're ballooning to extremely obese proportions at an alarming rate, it says here. The number of extremely obese American adults, those who are at least 100 pounds overweight, has quadrupled since the 1980s to about 4 million. That works out to about 1 every 50 adults. I bet you I know somebody who give people some good advice on how to lose some of that weight. You know who it is?
No. Sarah could give you some tips, too.
It worked for him. It worked like a charm for him. And for Sarah. I wonder how Sarah's doing. Let's go visit Sarah over the weekend. What do you say? And Miguel didn't like that movie. You know, Miguel, I don't care. See, you defend him because he's one of your people. I don't care what you're saying. He does look good. No, seriously, he just is a fool. You know, he's a good guy, but he's just a fool. His taste is in his tush.
I don't disagree with that.
That's what Doreen told me.
You got a tasty?
The number of extremely obese, well, about 1 in every 50 adults. Extreme obesity once was thought to be a rare, distinct condition whose prevalence remained relatively steady over time. The new study contradicts that thinking and suggests that it is at least partly due to the same kinds of behavior, overeating and underactivity, that have contributed to the epidemic number of Americans with less severe weight problems. In fact, the findings by a RAND Corporation researcher shows that the number of extremely obese adults has surged twice as fast as the number of less severely obese adults. On the scale of obesity, as the whole population shifts to the right, the extreme categories grow the fastest, said RAND economist Roland Sturm. He added, these people have the highest health care costs. Sturm said health problems associated with obesity, including diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and arthritis probably affect the extremely obese disproportionately and at young ages, too. Big, fat tubs. And it goes on about body mass index, and Americans tend to understate their weight. A recent study based on actual measurements found an obesity rate of nearly 1 in 3, or almost 59 million people. Sturm said his findings probably understate the problem for the same reason. Wow. The average man with a BMI of 40 in Sturm's study was 5'10" and 300 pounds, while the average woman was 5'4" and 250. Huge, gigantic, blubbery pounds. Man. But I got good news for you, though, in the next piece we got here.
I hate good news.
No, you don't. Dr. Bob would be proud. How's he doing, Dr. Bob, huh? Let's piece him back together again. What a shame. He was a good guy. He had a personality like a dead man, and I guess now...
He wasn't a good guy. He had a good diet.
No, he was a good guy. No, you're right. He was
an asshole.
Are you picking on the dead people again?
Sure. I got a stick, and I'm picking.
Before you're picking on poor John Ritter, and now Dr. Bob.
He died?
Yeah. Why do you say he was an asshole?
He was an asshole.
Based on what?
Based on that appearance that we were doing and all those stories that you refused to listen to. You put your fingers in your ears. You don't want to hear about all the
stories
things that
about
he was
what?
About how he demanded a microphone, and he wanted to do interviews with other people, and he wanted his time, and he wanted the PA system.
Well, that means he was a pompous ass and
he was
an
a pompous
egotist.
ass,
That didn't make him
egotist,
necessarily an asshole.
Self-absorbed. He had this good diet.
Self-absorbed,
went
pompous,
to his head.
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Dead
Okay.
asshole.
Well, let me ask you, I was just going to say, does it really make a difference at this point?